we get to go through Nashville at about 3 o'clock. Joy. This is going to be putting me getting up there to Spiceland late. Truck was going to be done on Saturday, because they come in Saturday down here at Ryder and Laverne, but they ended up having a bunch of people call out and be short-handed, so they had to finish everything this morning. And I got down here at about 1:30, and it's almost 3. It's 2:41, so it's been a little more than an hour to get the truck loaded, reconnected to a trailer, do my pre-trip, and then run over to the racetrack right next to the Ryder to get some ice and whatnot, something cold to drink, because all I have in the truck is hot water and a cooler that's been sitting all weekend. So yeah, I'd rather not drink smoldering water. But I figured I'd turn my camera on because I've not gone this way through Nashville often. So we're on 24 North. And we're going to try to get through Nashville without too much trouble. And we're going to be taking 65 all the way from Nashville. Which, that ought to be fun. That'd be something different. I got some videos done this weekend for a change. It's been a first for a while. And then, of course, the weekend that I'm not using the TRX4 is the weekend that I'm putting it around and I break an axle. Right? So that one's down for the count for a minute, which I guess that's good, because it'll give me time to work with the other two, since I got that new UTB, and then I've got the Red Cat, which, if any of y'all saw the Red Cat video I did, the drifting, I thought that was pretty cool. Like, hey, that's one way to kill time while waiting laundry to get done. And the fact that the laundry room has vinyl flooring is even better, so it's like the perfect surface if I can get the right tire compound. It'll be perfect for zipping around. Oh, and I'm probably going to be moving in the next 2 months. Looks like everything's working good for the house. I'm going to be moving about 30-45 minutes, depending on traffic, north, back up into Lafayette, where I grew up. But I'll be out in the boonies. So I'll be able to do whatever I want for the most part. I got a good acre and then a little bit more, so I can do bonfires and grilling and just anything I want that's outside. I've got to work out a mower though, because I'm going to have to start cutting my grass, which I probably can get away with just stealing my dad's like every other week, because he's got 2 riding mowers and I might be able to work something out. And then I've got a whole about half an acre that's just overgrown with brush. And I've been like, how am I going to deal with that? Because I'm like, if I still had that four-wheeler I had those years ago, I could do what I did then, which was strap a pallet to the front of a four-wheeler and then just drive over everything until you got everything knocked down and it starts to die. And you do that about 2 or 3 times over the course of about 2 weeks. then you just go through it with a riding mower with the blade as high as it'll go, really nice and slow. And then it kind of mulches everything. You got to watch out for the big mosquito trees, or whatever they're called. What are they called? I think that's what they're called. They're those trees that grow like vines, where the main body of the tree is a vine that grows underground like a root, and then it just shoots up spores, or shoots up shoots wherever it has easy access to the surface. But I think I'm gonna have to find a four-wheeler and then get one of those tow behind finishing mowers that kind of looks like a bush hog, but it's basically a riding mower, 3-blade deck with a push mower motor sitting on top. I think that'll be my best bet, because that'd be more versatile. I'll be able to do more things with it. Like, I'd be able to put a tilling tine setup on the rear and use that to till the ground, because I imagine my girlfriend and my mom are going to want to plant a garden. And then I'm going to be up to my eyeballs in squash and zucchini and onions and potatoes. So that's all cool. Just some things I've not had to deal with in 5 years, so I'm going to have to get used to doing that again, which, hey, I don't mind getting out and doing stuff in the yard. I'm not one to just monotonously do something. Like, that's why working out doesn't really work for me. My ADD brain just, I can't stay focused. Though I imagine with all this shrub I'm going to have to clear out, I'm going to get some exercise. Because it wasn't until I started working at the warehouse and was living in an apartment that I really put on that extra weight, and then I started driving a truck and drinking too many sodas. So I imagine once I have this property and I'm maintaining it, I'll be dropping some poundage. Because I wouldn't be afraid to get out and, hell, take a machete. Get a machete or one of those wasabi looking things where it's like a machete on a shovel handle. Oh, somebody thinks their Infinity's bad. Everyone always says that you get a house and you pay a mortgage, you'll pay less than rent. Well, I'm about to add about $500 to $600 to my rent for a mortgage. But hey, I'll be paying something off that's mine, not paying somebody else for something that's not mine. So there's that. Hey, y'all that have been watching me, know me from James and Wilburn, let me know. Y'all like my RC stuff? I try to I try to do it like a vlog, but I also like to do it something other than just looking out the windshield of a truck and hearing me drone on about nothing, considering, let's be honest, there's not a lot of excitement driving down the road. Even though I've had a bunch of people tell me they don't really mind the droning, they kind of like the fact that I've got I think it's the word was soothing voice. Like they like to hear me talk. But it is better if there's like some kind of entertainment to it. This is going to be different. I've not gone this way for a minute. I'm usually coming from the right there. It's not often that I'm coming this way. I'm going to have to get over though, so maybe I can work with this blue Mac behind me to switch lanes at the same time without Hobby Lobby killing me. There's Toyotas trying to die. Yes, be the asshole that does impatient. See, that's tasteful. That's a lowered truck, not a squatted truck, even though the ass end is a little lower. But that was done tastefully, I gotta say that. That always gets me. Nudies, honky tonk. Always gets me. A little bit of a chuckle. This is where I wish I had a PA system, because these fuck boys in their pickup truck over here would be getting a mouthful. Fucking blinker! Man, I ain't been this way in a minute. This is going right through downtown. You see the scrapyard, the Nissan Stadium. There's a really nice little, like, hipsterish Oriental food place over here on the to my right. Like, they've got a big strawberry statue thing on the outside of their building. I forget what they're called, but it was really nice. Really uppity though, with the whole, like, they offered you water. And it was like lukewarm temperature, like room temperature water. That was your, like, everyone's got a little decanter of water sitting on the table that was lukewarm. I had a nice cocktail though. I had like a whiskey sour or something with lemon and honey. We got a Lexus over here thinking he's Billy Badass. Commit. That's not how you do an exit change. You stupid blind. Like, why do people pass in front of you to catch an exit? No, back off. Especially with a semi. If it was a car, I could kind of understand it. But back off with a semi when you're trying to catch an exit. Don't go around the semi, go behind the semi. Yeah, looks like a bunch of deserted warehouse buildings over here by the golf place. Oh, it's nice to hear that Josh is still going to do videos. He's just going to kind of play it close to the chest for a while, which it sucks that people had to be assholes and take it upon themselves to make judgment on someone else. Never understood why people think they have that, why they have that right. Like, that's basically someone being a Karen or a Kevin or whatever it is. Like, no one sat down and said, hey, you're the one that's meant to judge everybody. But they judge everyone and add their 2 cents where it's not needed. Like, is it that hard to mind your own fucking business? But I'm not gonna get into that. That's not my part of YouTube. That's not my part of any of it. I'm just saying it's wrong. I'm going to have to rework my budget so that I have a bit more fungible assets, because I'm going to need to do some personalization of this new house. Like, I think I'm going to need to bring in some more gravel for the driveway. I'd like to get a carport soon so that the cars aren't just sitting there in the beating sun, because there's no trees around the house, which is good, but it's also bad. And then I need a washer and dryer. Luckily, it was just remodeled, and it's got new refrigerator, new stove, new dishwasher, so all that's good. But I'm gonna have to do a little personal touches. Come on, boat. You going left, you going right? I think you stayed left. Crazy that people can't do the speed limit. Like, the speed limit's 55 through here. I'm doing just a little over so I don't get ran over or hinder traffic. But the fact that I've got people passing me and making it look like
there's a 12-minute slowdown in 4 miles. We're still on the fastest route.
It's really annoying. And then I'm slowing down for a hill, and I've got people passing me to come up and ride this motorcycle dude's ass. I want to know who came up with the idea for the HOV lane. And then I'd like to sit down and hear his reasonings for creating it. Because, like, big jack shit makes sense to me. so bad. Because I've always wanted a Jeep Wrangler, but I don't want to give up my pickup truck. Bam. But I'm torn that if I get one, do I want gas or diesel? Because I would be using it for towing stuff. I'd be towing all kinds of shit around. I may not be towing 20,000 pound trailers.
There's a lane closure ahead.
But I'd be towing shit. And you can't get the manual transmission with the diesel power plant. You've got to go with the 8-speed automatic. But you can get the 6-speed manual in the either of the options for this gas. Because I think there's 2 options for gas, 1 option for diesel, 3 transmission options. I think it's a 8-speed automatic, a 6-speed manual, and then a 5-speed manual, I think. Or something like that. I'll look it up again. I really like the concept art that I saw when I first heard about the idea for the Gladiator. It was going to be a medium-sized cab with 1 half door on the passenger side, and then the spare tire mounted on the side of the bed on the driver's side, and like a recessed pocket, so there wasn't space for a passenger door or a rear passenger door on the driver's side. I thought it was a cool concept art. Kind of glad they didn't go with that, but I thought it looked cool.